Wow. Baller League Week 11 came with more drama than the EastEnders episode on Christmas Day. Wow, crazy. What's going on, people, and welcome back to Rootz TV. Baller League Week 11 was an absolute madness, and I'm here to break it all down for you guys, as always, so stay tuned. But before we get into all that stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe. Trust me, it helps the channel out a lot. Oh, God, so much to get through. Please bear in mind, I need your full attention for all this as well, because there's so many questions that I want your responses for, and I'll be active in the comment section as well, so please respond back to me as well. But yes, let's deep dive into Baller League Week 11. Right, this is what we're here for. So, first game was M7 versus FC Rule the World. Ended up finishing 9-5. Not the song, but the actual scoreline itself. And really and truly, both teams didn't have anything to play for, apart from bragging rights. The first goal was scored by Zaid, who was quoted as the best dribbler in the league. Yes, we did hear you, Baller League. I wonder where you got that from.
Zaid on the side.
His dribbling, I've not seen anyone dribble like that. Probably the best dribbler in the league.
Shout out to Florian, who was getting some pelters throughout the whole night, but we'll get into that as well. Jesse Weller-Larson grabbed 4, ended up being the MVP of the night. We'll get into that in a bit shortly as well. Ilic missed the penalty. Yusuf Chentu clawed it back to make it 2-2. Sam Fitzgerald scored a couple as well. M7 eventually ran away with it after the game changes. Their new wildcard, Noel Williams, scored. I'm guessing that's the son of Gifton Noel Williams. And DT scored as well and did a backflip. I'm sure he's been waiting to do that for a while. FC Rule the World narrowed the margin in the one-on-ones, but eventually M7 ran out 9-5 winners. On to the next game of the night, Treble FC versus the 26ers. 17 goals in this one, including 6 goals for Bilal Saeed. How greedy, but he didn't end up with the MVP. What? I know, that's crazy, right? I know I said earlier Jesse Weller-Larson ended up with 4 goals, but Bilal Saeed got 6 goals, scored a perfect 10 on FotMob, but didn't end up with the MVP. I need your first thoughts on that in the comment section below. That's the first question of this video. Trust me, there's gonna be more. This game meant more to Treble FC than it did to the 26ers. Obviously, the 26ers were long gone out the title race. Even the top 4 race for that instance as well, where Treble FC, without their gaffer, without their starman, Amin Sassi, needed the points and were part of 5 teams potentially heading for that top 4 spot. And they got the win, just 9-8, 17 goals. But boy, it was a tough one, it was a tight one, and it made for more drama and great entertainment and great viewing towards the end of the night. On to the next one, Deportrio versus SDS. Deportrio already cementing their top 4 status last week. So again, they could take their foot off the gas, rotating a few players, resting a few players in the run up to that. SDS desperately needing the points, so they went all out, had their star players in attendance, had a lot of their fan base in attendance, a lot of influencers who are backing them in attendance as well, and they brought it. I'm not gonna lie to you, they brought the atmosphere, they brought the fun element to it, they brought the entertainment element to it, and again, there's no surprising that they won this game, especially with Deportrio resting a lot of their star players. I mean, even if they did have some of their main players in there, I think SDS would have brought the heat as well, especially heading for that top 4 position as well. But 8-3 was the final result there. Hamza, their latest recruit, again, you might know him from Rising Ballers or Highgate Albion, or even in the non-league circles, he turned up for them as well. Keziah Sterling, that man, scored a hattie once again, I believe. I'm sure he's done that before. He knows where the back of the net is, he turned up. And these guys are coming into form at the right time of the season. And again, coming from 12th position, when Maz took over, they were in 12th position to contend for top 4, even just to be in the conversation for top 4. Like, from 12th to top 4 is amazing. And you got to give props where it's due. Sharky took a lot of pelters when he got rid of his gaffer, took a lot of pelters with the whole Big John situation, but since then, it's paid off. You know, bringing in Maz, bringing in some new fresh players, obviously Half being in goal being one of them as well, and it's looking like it's paying off. We'll get to that bit in a bit anyway. But 8-3 was the final score line between SDS and Deportrio. Then the Pepsi pressure point. Now this was crucial for a lot of teams, because SDS could have then saved all of this drama if they won that. Deportrio already through, United were already through, MVPs, they were on the cusp of potentially going through as well, and it's MVPs who ended up winning the Pepsi pressure point, got that extra point, and that cemented them through to the top 4 thanks to Mr. Cowton there. And yeah, MVPs. Who would have thought it? I think they were kind of there or thereabouts to be in the top 4, but they're definitely there now. So they will be joining Deportrio and United in the top 4 in the semi-finals going to the O2 next week. Staying with MVPs, they were playing N5. N5 had nothing to play for at all whatsoever. Pretty much sums up their season. I call them Wembley FC for a reason, because that's what they have really in terms of an outlet. They turned up a little bit more this week. Again, maybe just pride aside, they just wanted to play for that. MVPs, they could have had an effect on the top 4 status, but again, they only ended up getting a draw, 3-3, but they were already through anyway, so it didn't really matter in terms of, maybe in terms of position maybe, because again, it was what, 1st versus 3rd, I'm guessing, and 2nd versus 4th. I don't know, somebody can let me know in the comment section below, but they ended up getting a draw anyway, so that was that. On to the business game of the night. The game of the night, Santan versus Vision. Both teams contending for top 4. Both teams had an opportunity to take matters into their own hands. Obviously had SDS waiting in the wings there, literally in the wings on the sidelines, because again, if these two drew, then SDS go through. Now, that's crazy. Your fate is in someone else's hands. I hate that. Just in life, in general. I like to have fate in my own hands, but, you know, it's what the cards are, you're dealt sometimes, innit? Anyway, the first 10 minutes or so was an absolute ball fest. Come on, let's be honest. Absolute ball fest for footballing terms, for ball league terms, for all terms, in terms of sporting entertainment. Absolute ball fest. And it's not only until Florian scored the first goal, getting a few pelts from the crowd there, a couple boos on the sideline, scored a penalty, shushed the haters, and then obviously Albi equalised with a little rocket, little mini NASA rocket. He got the equaliser, and then it was all to play for. Towards the back end of the game, timing was an issue. People talk about the clock wasn't stopped at certain times and all the rest of it now. And then it got down to that final minute, not even the final minute, the final few seconds. It was still 1-1. SDS are praying, fingers crossed, and all the rest of it on the sidelines. And again, if the draw stayed the same, they would have gone through. And then the final dying seconds of the game, ball thrown over the top through to Melo. Melo don't miss, as they say, if you're a WWE fan. And he finally put the ball in the back of the net. Absolute scenes broke out, but unfortunately, it was after the clock had gone. Now, I'm seeing loads of conspiracies online. It was rigged. It was meant to be SDS versus United, which it ain't, by the way. It actually isn't. But loads of people saying it's rigged and all the rest of it now. But you've got to hand it to both teams first and foremost. They had the opportunity to win it in the 30 minutes. They didn't. They had a chance to win it in the Pepsi pressure point. They didn't. And like the rules state, you have to win within the time limit. Now, so I saw rule number 5, which clearly states, as long as the ball has left the player's foot before the whistle blows, a potential goal counts. Too tight to judge. It's too tight to judge. Now, also, is the whistle the buzzer? Is the buzzer the whistle? Or they need to clear that one up, because if that happens again at the finals, all hell will break loose, that's for sure. So Vision FC, they do have a right to feel slightly aggrieved, robbed, rigged, you name it. They do have that right to feel like that way, because that's not very clear, especially when the ball was struck pretty much on the buzzer or on the whistle. But if you're looking at the clock clearly finishes as the ball is struck, so that says no goal. SDS are through, everyone's rejoicing. Well, everyone in green and black are rejoicing anyway. And then people are crying on screen. Wow, shout out Elias, man. Man's emotional. I hear it though, I hear it. I would probably be the same too, man. Football gets you like that. But overall, what an occasion, what an absolute thrilling end towards the end of the season. That's what you want. That's what you want Baller League to look like, you know. There's always been these thoughts about what it should look like, what it shouldn't look like. I think we can all be in agreement. That's what we want football to look like. That's why we love it so much. The question to you is, should that goal have stood? Because if you're going by the rules, if you're going by this whistle/buzzer, technically it should have stood. You know, I've been around enough 5-a-side pitches or small-sided pitches to know that goals like that usually do stand, but if you're looking at the clock, clearly wouldn't stand. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Should the goal have stood? Should SDS be going through, which they are going through, or should Vision be going through, and have they been robbed? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's question number 2. Now on to the final game of the night. Once again, a bit of a nothing game. United already through. Angry Gingy even went in net. Max Pittman had a nice relaxing week off, and boy, I don't think he'll be having too many of them, because Angry Ginge, boy, bit of a stinker. And the thing is as well, Ginge can play and goal. I've seen it. You know, shout out to everyone who went to the Fire Trafford tournament last year. Might have seen him in net, but conceded within the first 30 seconds and holding seven, including Dom Perez scoring 2 past him. Boy, that goes to show that maybe he can't do it all. Manager, yes. Content creator, yes. Goalkeeper, especially on a big stage, I think we'll leave that one to the professionals. Don't you agree, Ginge? Yeah. But yeah, 7-5 it ended up to Wembley Rangers. Once again, I say this with chest. Where was this form the whole season? Back-to-back wins when it doesn't count or it doesn't matter. What's going on here, guys? What's going on here, Uncle Ratty? 7-5 ended up to Wembley Rangers. 4 goals for Dom Perez, 4 goals for Ahura Haidari, and yeah, blockbuster stuff to end off a really good first season at Baller League. Let's take a look at the table now then. So in first, Deportrio came first. MVPs were second, United third, and SDS just creeping in to that top 4, leaving out Treble FC, Santan FC, and Vision FC, who were competing for top 4 of the night. M7 finished up 8th place, 26ers 9th, Wembley Rangers with those 2 back-to-back wins, as I said, in 10th. FC Rule the World 11th, and N5 propping up the table like they have been all season in 12th. So what does that mean for next week? So next week is the semi-finals. You've got Deportrio versus SDS and MVPs versus United. So that whole conspiracy about, oh, we wanted SDS to win so they can face off against United didn't materialize. SDS won fair-ish and square-ish, but they won nonetheless. Shout out Maj, shout out Sharky and all the rest of the people there at SDS as well. And yeah, overall, it's going to be a great occasion. I'm hoping to get tickets to go there as well. I'm loving this Legends versus Creators match that they're building between the semi-finals and the finals. The likes of JJ Koch is going to be there. Mario Balotelli is going to be there. Chunkz and KSI is obviously going to be there as well. And then they're going to be releasing more names as time goes on. So I'll be keeping you up to date on my socials. So make sure you stay tuned on Rootz TV on all socials for my breakdown on this Legends versus Creators match. And obviously the finals that's going to be held at the O2 on Thursday. But yeah, that's it overall. Those are the main 2 questions that I've got for you. The MVP of the night, should it have been Bilal Sayoud? Should it have been rightfully Jesse Waller-Larson? Could it have been Dom Perez? Or should someone else got it? I don't usually care too much about MVPs of the night, but again, if someone scores 6 goals and gets a perfect 10 out of 10 rating on FOTMob, I'm starting to sway and see Bilal's point of view. But anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And then the main question, should that goal have stood? Should Vision FC be going through to the finals, or did SDS rightfully win it? And the time was up. The time was up. In terms of top goal scorers as well, it looks like Brian Lee is going to be ended up top goal scorer, despite not obviously being in the finals. He's on 21 goals. Bilal Sayoud with those 6 goals, just right behind him in second place with 20 goals. Unless Francis Mampolo can score like 6 goals plus in the finals, I highly doubt he's going to be winning the top goal scorer award. But shout out to Brian Lee for scoring that many goals in, let's say, a week inside. I mean, it is what it is. You're bottom of the table for the reason. But yeah, those are the 2 main questions. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and let me know who's going to win it overall. I still feel SDS have the momentum going into the finals, and they could potentially win it. I think if you're looking at the semi-finals, again, Deportrio versus SDS on a run of form could win that one. Deportrio, I know they lost to them as well. I think SDS could take that. And then obviously in the next one, MVPs versus United. United, I think, are going to be too strong for that one. So it could be a United versus SDS final. Will Big John come out for that one? Probably, maybe, I don't know. But if that's the final, it's going to be a tough one. I'm going to put my neck on the line. I'm going to say, I'm going to say United. I think they've been strong all season. I know SDS have been having that late run of form, but I think United, with Angry Ginger at the helm, with Sam Cox as the coach, with PK Humble, if he turns up with the right pair of gloves on, I think there might be a little bit too much for SDS, and they will be crowned the first Baller League champion. So again, that's my third and final question. Get that one in the comment section below. If you made it this far, props to you, and thank you guys for tuning in for all of these Baller League reviews. And best believe I'll be giving you my full Baller League review, maybe even from the venue itself, after the Baller League final has commenced. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I've been Rootz from Rootz TV. Just another little quick reminder to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in a bit. Peace.